Why so serious? Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Joker from the Dark Knight. Bandai Tamashii Nations. This is the best Joker, in my humble opinion. Now, like I'm saying, it's an opinion. You might say Jack Nicholson, whatnot. I want a Joker who represents chaos. I want that guy in the movie who has a mountain of money and just burns it. That is the true definition of the Joker, if you ask me. Do you want to know how I got these scars? Well, I can't tell you how I got the scars. What I can tell you, however, though, is how tall he is. I want to know how tall he is. He stands at 15.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means a little over 6 inches tall, basically in scale. I'm going to have Batman in here later from the Dark Knight SH Figuarts Batman, of course, but let's focus on Joker for a second. I mean, guys, digital printers, I mean, I've said it. I've already said it recently in the Undertaker review. It is the truth, and it is the future, and I don't... Yeah, what... I don't even have to say anything about the face. Face is amazing, if my camera would focus, which, having a little bit of trouble with that. Non-focusing camera, there you go. I mean, look at that. Look at all the detail, and even like the missing paint in the forehead over here. That is intentional. That is exactly how it looked in the movie. Also, like the paint job on the hair. It is green. Looks like green spaghetti, but there's a lot of darker tones in there, really to accentuate the hair. It looks good. It looks dark. It looks realistic. I like it. Like, it's not too colorful, but it's just colorful enough. It's green, and it's accurate. Now my camera will not focus. Is that going to be a theme of the show? Why so unfocused? That's not even a Joker voice. That's more like a Batman voice. You got the nice detail in here. Very nice textured with the shirt. For the rest of it, there's a lack. Once again, there's a lack of shading, and I mean, sometimes there's times where I'm okay with no shading for like an anime figure. I can forgive that, but for a realistic movie figure, I mean, the coat really could have used some shading. Same for the vest, or at least some dirty look or whatnot. You know, it's a Joker. He's not supposed to be clean, and that's really a bit of a problem for me. He looks too squeaky clean because of the lack of shading. Now, other than that, the detail that's going into the mold looks very good, and the coat, even though like they took the easy way out over here. So obviously, as you can tell, the coat is non-removable, which isn't really an issue to me. Nicely molded shoes, good detail in those. Not just a ton of wrinkles. Now I don't know if the paint is supposed to just stop here, or if it's supposed to be inside of all the coat. I don't... Were they being lazy? Or is that just like it? It looks lazy to me. But anyway, rest of the figure looks good. Once again, the mold. Not a problem with that, just a little bit of a lack of paint. I also really like the fact that he's so hunched over and he has like a really short neck. That, I mean, I had some looks at the pictures from the movie to really get a feel for this, and I think they nailed that one, like the whole pose, stature, and everything. Now, articulation-wise, first of all, the head, it's not moving around a lot. I mean, it's going all the way around. It's going side to side a little bit, and it's going forward a little bit. It doesn't really go back because it's mostly blocked by the hair. But the main problem with it is because you don't have any room. As you can tell, you know, the head is really tight on the neck, and there's nothing really to rotate that around. Now, I mean, the neck is basically where it's at because they left some room for that one, as you can tell. So you can rotate it around, bring it forward, and still not really, he still doesn't really go back at all. You don't really get, he looks straight. That's basically it. That's how far up it goes. And that's not up, that's straight. Now, shoulders, those go up 45 degrees. You can rotate it around at the ball joint, and you can also bring it forward, back and forth. You can rotate it around. The entire coat is soft plastic, and as you can tell, there's all the mechanics in there. Like I'm saying, I don't know, like, taking the easy way out once again. If you would want to take the coat off to make like a customization or something, you can't really, unless you cover this up somehow otherwise. Then we have no bicep swivel, and we have the weird elbow swivel. I mean, it's not really swivel, it's just like the pack. You can rotate it around over here, so you have that, I guess. And yeah, it's just a big hinge with 2 pegs in it. Doesn't really go up that far. Once again, right? What happened to the double hinges with the SH Figuarts stand? It's also the fist is on a ball joint, but as you can tell, it doesn't have much motion because it's blocked by the coat, which is soft plastic, but you know, it's still too thick to really rotate it around. And then at the chest, that does rotate around nicely. Goes back and forth, side to side, and of course you can bring it around. You have also very nice motion down at the torso over here. You can bring the legs forward, and once again rotate it around just like the rest of it. And even like it's nicely covered up. You have like a purple piece in there, and you can lift this up a little bit. This is a harder plastic. It is still, you know, movable, as you can tell. And you have the diaper part that is soft plastic, this entire piece, so it doesn't get in the way of your articulation. Then we have the legs. Those go up very nicely, go up very far, and you can swivel around. You can rotate at the thigh. Over here you can bring it around at the ball pack, and it goes out to the side, and it doesn't really go to the back because of the coat and the butt. Anyway, and then we have the knees, just a big ball joint with a hinge on it. The conversion is not really good. This thing sticking out, they could have just like, I don't know. It's weird. And then we have the foot, which is also just on a ball joint. It goes side to side. It's not a very good ankle rocker, but it's okay. I mean, it gets the job done. We have a toe hinge, and we have a little blade, which you can get out there to slice up some faces, make them smile. Now, getting to the accessories, first of all, you got a more serious face. Why so serious? Ha ha ha, not funny. I mean, that's basically the look he's making right now. Let's just like, shut up, idiot. Of course, you have a smiling face, which just looks amazing. That's just... that is so Joker. Ha ha ha, smiling. I'm gonna stop now. We have an RPG, which also looks very nice. Nicely detailed, and the paint job is clean. Of course, there's not really that much paint to speak of. And you have a knife, nice metallic. And then we have another, like, what do you call it again? Automatic, little automatic gun thingy, right? Which he shoots at Batman on his motorbike. Hit me! I almost choked there. Alright, we got a Joker card, sorry. Hit me! Come on, do it! How was that? My Joker impressions is not really on point, but yeah, this is tiny. This is super tiny. And then we have some hands. Let me actually get that out of there. Let me open that up so we can actually see. Got 2 open hands. And 2 more. A little bit more pointy finger. Holding hands for the guns. Holding hands with the trigger finger in it. And this looks like a hand for the card. Yeah, on both sides. Card holding hand. For the card, which is this, the Joker card, of course. Why do I say card so much? Yu-Gi-Oh! What a nice little family picture we got here. You got the Dark Knight, and you got the Mad Clown Prince of Crime. How was that? I feel like I really got to work on my Joker. Anyhow, I mean, obviously, comparison of these 2 guys, they look great together, because if you have a Batman, you gotta have a Joker. Isn't that what life is about in comic books? I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. Anyhow, enough about this. I just want to give you the look of both of them. They are in scale. And I think to know with the card, it's so small. It's really so tiny. And I wish they would have just made a hand where it was attached to, because I don't think that's gonna stick. Final thoughts of the Dark Knight Joker from Bandai, SH Figuarts. All that stuff. What do I think about this figure? Honestly, I'm gonna split. And let me tell you why. First of all, the overall lack of shading is really a problem with this guy. I I mean, I said it at the beginning of the video, for anime figures, I can forgive it because they are more shiny, more colorful. For something dark and gritty and dirty as Dark Knight, I really would have liked to have some smudges on here, and I might just do them myself. I usually don't like to touch my SH Figuarts, but I'm thinking about it. There's just that overall lack of shading, and the articulation is not the greatest in some departments, but I'm okay with that. Let me tell you why I'm okay with that, because this is the Joker. He's never supposed to do ninja action kicking poses and stuff. As far as articulation goes for your SH Figuarts, this is not the greatest, but also it's not the worst, so it's somewhere in the middle. Overall, I still do recommend this one because he looks good. The mold is just amazing. Digital printers is the future. I've said that, I'll say it again, and I'll say it over and over again. Look at how good this face looks. That's really all I need. A good looking Joker at I'd say fair price, but overall it's definitely worth my time, and I think it's going to be worth your time. So there you go. I do recommend them 100% for your SH Figuarts, for your Batmans, for your whatevers. And there you go. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever the Joker wants. Okay, I kind of messed it up there at the end, but anyway, goodbye.